you see, you can always give a proof for this. Because, you know, if you have an external civilization visiting us, and you in Greece must know what it is to be visited, yeah, by tourists, yeah. And if such a tourist, yeah, coming from another star, comes here, a whole group of them, I mean, they must have flown and fought for a long time, you know, thousands of years in their spaceship, yeah. You know, you might actually lose something very nice. You know, you always leave something behind. You know, tourists leave always some gadgets or something laying around which they forget. And if you find this thing, and it can be shown that this is cannot possibly be manufactured by human beings, you can see what you get, how much money you can get from this by going to an international auction. I mean, it's quite clear that Mr. Bill Gates would try to get this gadget to improve his company, you know, and to decipher what is the physics in there, which I can copy, and something like that. So it would be billions of dollars worth, to have this thing here in an international auction. And nobody sitting here would ever refuse to have €1 billion in one's bank account. I mean, I personally must admit to have €1 billion on my bank account would be so great. I would like it, and I think nobody of you would refuse it. So, because it never happened. It never happened that somebody came and showed a gadget which cannot be of human manufacture. These external tourists probably have never been here. But this is not a real big proof. It's just an indication. Okay.
Okay. There is a question by...
No, it's only a comment. First, congratulations for your 9th lecture. It was very interesting. My comment is that I agree with Canaris about the 3 points.
Yes.
So I cannot believe that. I have doubts about the validity of this, since they are not based on observable facts.
Yeah, sure. That's very true. But the thing is, we do have to answer. If you believe this, you have to answer the Fermi paradox. I mean, the great physicist Enrico Fermi in Los Alamos in the 1950s, he just asked this question. Well, you guys, if you convince me that there are so many intelligent beings around in the galaxy, why have they not visited here? Why have they not shown themselves? This Fermi paradox has to be answered. Well, we can say, okay, they killed themselves. All of them killed themselves, so there are none of them survived. But I don't believe this is a good answer, because I believe some will have survived. I mean, of even these billion-year-old civilizations, I don't believe everyone automatically kills itself. It would be a law of nature, that an intelligent civilization will always kill itself. I mean, I don't believe in this automatic thing. I believe some will kill themselves and some won't. And therefore, I think they are still around. But why there have been no contact with them then? And I think this is really a very suggestive hypothesis, this new hypothesis. If you think about it more and more, it becomes more and more convincing to you that this might be the case. And then, Canaris, you might even get convinced about these things. Maybe not about the last thing, but because the last thing is a little bit counter my argument. Because if you prevent all these self-destructions, then you are again in a situation that you have all these very many intelligent civilizations, like 4 million in this galaxy, and then you really have the problem why you have no contact. I just say it might be possible that there are some prevented self-destruction, because you don't like to kill your experiment. I mean, you go to Africa, you would not like to have a pack of lions which you study suddenly be killed because of some virus or something like this attacking them. So you would remove an animal which obviously was killed by a virus or something like this, and would kill all the study group. Yeah? And so it happens with studies of apes and so on. So you wouldn't like to have your experiment being disturbed in such a bad way. Okay, so I think that there is logic in it, but I agree with you. You cannot do any proof. You cannot prove it.
I fully agree with your logic.
Yes.
And if they have good intentions, I would like them to be here in order to prevent the global annihilation, because it seems that we, our civilization, we suffer, as you say, more from internal disasters than from external.
Yes.
So, but there is a need. If they have good civilization, Hawking says that perhaps they don't have good intentions. So, it's better.
This is the problem.
This is the problem. We don't know if they have good. There are 50% chance.
But my logic is, if they have bad intentions, they have also bad intentions to themselves. I mean, if you have a bad person, he might also, try to kill your own kind, yeah? And we have many of these guys. And also guys who want to just become famous. There was this guy in Ephesus, I think Herostratus or something, and he became very famous in burning down the greatest temple of that time in antiquity, the Artemis temple in Ephesus, yeah, because he tried to become famous, yeah. It's like Hitler, he would have liked to destroy all of Europe, or something like this. I mean, these guys we have to remove from our society, but how do we do this? This will be the challenge of the future, how to actually take out all these misfits.
Okay, great. I think it's lots of food for thought for us. And this is one component everybody asks us in the radio, in public, etc., about astrophysics. So we have to think about this and try to find ways to answer this kind of questions. Well, thank you very much, Peter. It was a great talk. Thank you.